What's good, y'all? It's Classic MMA, and today I'll be doing my full fight breakdown for the main event coming up this weekend: Vinicius Oliveira versus Mario Bautista. And telling you why it won't be close. So let's break down styles. Vinicius Oliveira's style: insane pressure fighter who just walks you down with intent of hurting you, has insane KO power with over an 80% finish rate. I mean, dude is nasty, I won't lie. Like, he is pretty nasty. He's always just looking to finish a fight, trying to put on a show. And he also isn't just a one-dimensional striker. He has very underrated grappling, in my opinion, as he shoots a lot of takedowns himself and looks to create scrambles when taken down, like doesn't stay taken down. And then if you look at fights like against Ricky Simone and Saeed, he wasn't scared to grapple. He was shooting takedowns on them and getting them down. The only flaw of his game, I'd say, really, is he's kind of a slow starter who usually loses the first round of his fights, and builds up later. He's also very sloppy, which can either be, a good thing or a bad thing, depending how you look at it, if you think he's a bantamweight DDP or if you think he sucks. And then for Mario Batista style, a very clean, smart, technical striker, doesn't make many mistakes, he prefers to use his boxing skills on the feet while also having a nice body kick, and he's just, like, he throws a lot of body knees. Like, remember the body knee that dropped Umar? That was nasty. Like, he does throw a lot of knees, though. It's, like, a big part of his game. He isn't just a striker, though. He's very high level on the ground with great submission ability. His fights just don't usually get there, however, as his wrestling's pretty mid. Only flaw I see in him, honestly, is he tends to get ran over a bit when he's not, dictating the pace of a fight. Or he starts to panic whenever he's fighting someone like a better striker than him. Like the Jose Aldo fight goes full on hugging on the clinch against a, weight trained Jose Aldo at 135. Also, one I forgot about, Damon Blackshear. Damon Blackshear beat him, bro. Real ones know. Alright. And now let's break down their last five opponents, I think that's a good thing to talk about. So Vinicius, coming off the decision win over Kyler Phillips, looked pretty good in that fight. Lost the first round, nearly got rocked bad, but after that, just kind of walked down Kyler Phillips, used his pressure, and just, gave him nightmares, essentially. Like, it was genuinely crazy. This is like a Street Beefs level fight. Vinicius Oliveira, by the end of the fight, was just walking him down with his hands down, just throwing hooks. Like, dude's genuinely the GOAT. I mean, the win over Saeed Nurmagomedov, super crazy high-paced fight. Saeed did win the first round against him. But, Vinicius built later into the fight and was able to use his own grappling skills to out-grapple Saeed and win a clean decision. Then he also has, the win over Ricky Simone, which in my opinion might be his best win, honestly, because Ricky Simone is a guy who was ranked at one point, has fought a lot of the top guys, fought Bautista himself, I mean. And Vinicius schooled Ricky, like, as a big underdog, too. Vinicius was a plus 200 underdog going into that fight, and he absolutely schooled Ricky Simone. Gave him a whooping. Like, it was pretty sick. And, debut win over Bernardo Sopaj, who was, this not undefeated, but prospect off of Dana White Contender Series, and just flying knees him out cold. Pretty sick so far. Pretty good UFC career to start with. On the side of Mario Batista, his last five opponents, coming out the loss to Umar, well, he didn't look bad. Won a round, dropped Umar badly, almost finished him. Like, put him in a toe hold. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, people forget, man. Mario Batista developed a toe hold at 31. No, but Mario Batista's good. Win over Patchy Mix, where big underdog, most of us were picking Patchy Mix to sub him, but walked in there and dominated. You got caught. I got dominated. Like, I'm not joking, bro. He dominated Patchy Mix. He was putting the beats on him. Just boxing him up. Landed like 200 significant strikes on his forehead. And, the win over Jose Aldo, if you'd like to call it that, where he was hugging him on the cage and lost on damage and got his face beat up. The win over Ricky Simone, where he didn't look very good, lost the first round, but built back up into that fight and looked pretty good. And then the win over Damon Blackshear. Win, if you'd like to call it. Damon Blackshear won that. Anyone with a brain knows that, but oh well. Now, for who I think will win this fight, it's tough, man. No, it's not. Vinicius Oliveira by round 3 KO. Now, y'all might be shocked. I'm thinking the plus 200 underdog here. Well, you may ask why, but let's get into it. First, let's start with Vinicius will have a heavy power advantage. Batista has only 3 KO wins compared to Vinicius' 16. And you may argue that Vinicius isn't that powerful as he won his last 3 fights by decision, but fought Kyler Phillips. Kyler Phillips never been KO'd in the UFC. Like, super durable. He dropped Kyler Phillips too, but almost knocked him out. But fight against Saeed, pretty durable guy. And then Ricky Simone, one of the more durable guys in this division, Mexican chin. Only gotten chinned once in round 5 against Song Yadong. But yeah, and I think all those guys are honestly more durable than Bautista. And here's some proof. I mean, this is the way Vinicius Oliveira be doing people. I mean, look at that man praying. Look at Sopaj as he gets flying neat out cold. Like Vinicius is incredibly dangerous. Kind of a wizard on the feet. Then this is one thing I want to get into. Mario Bautista's chin may be a problem. Bautista hasn't fought, and he hasn't fought like he's fought mostly grapplers or non-powerful strikers. And let's keep in mind, Bautista has a KO loss to Trevin Jones, and you may ask who. I didn't know who that was either until I looked on Tapology. This guy went 1-4 in the UFC and is now getting chinned on the regional scene. Like, come on, man. Bautista, you gotta be better than that. Getting chinned by a guy who's getting chinned on the regional scene? Yeah, man. That's not it. And even in fights where, Bautista won against power punchers, he got rocked. I mean, Ricky Simone fight, first round, gets a kick caught, and then just gets blasted with the right hand. And the Miles Johns fight basically got dropped. I mean, got rocked kind of bad by a punch in the first round before getting the finish in the second round. Like, Bautista's chin is not, unstoppable. Here's some, photographic evidence. Got, Miles Johns tripping him up on the feet, making him go, ah, ah, ah. Here's him getting KO'd out cold by Trevin Jones, whoever that is. And then also, the nice shot, Ricky Simone, that had him flying back like this. So I'm just saying, Vinicius touches that, you might not have too much fun. Then this is also one thing that people will not agree with, but you know what? Vinicius Oliveira is a better offensive grappler. He's a better offensive grappler than Mario Bautista. You may think I'm crazy, but just hear me out. Even though Bautista is the better submission grappler on the ground, he hasn't been able to get a fight to the ground since March of 2023. In like nearly 3 years, he hasn't been able to get a fight to the ground. Bautista also has mid takedown defense. I think he has like 50% takedown defense. Like Umar beat him up on the ground. Umar's a great wrestler, but still, like Umar didn't. I don't think Bautista stuffed a single takedown from that man. I mean, Ricky Simone fight was getting taken down, was able to scramble up, but still. And one thing I've noticed in Vinicius' fights is he doesn't really care if he's grappling against. He wouldn't care if he was grappling against Charles Oliveira. He'll still shoot a double leg on you. Like he'll still try to mix in his takedowns and mix in grappling against the way he did against Ricky Simone, who's on paper a lot better grappler than he is. Said Nurmagomedov, on paper a lot better grappler, and then he usually gets the takedowns. Like he took down all these guys I'm talking about. I believe he got a takedown Kyler Phillips too. I can't remember that fight, but I'm pretty sure he got a takedown too. And then Vinicius also has amazing takedown defense. I mean, he's sitting at 80%, and even when taking down, he cannot be held down as he usually scrambles up or forces a reversal to get his own top control. Like, Vinicius is low-key tough in the grappling. Here's some proof. I mean, getting takedowns on Said Nurmagomedov, pretty nice. And, Mario Bautista, he's not impossible to take down. I mean, Damon Blackshear, Ricky Simone, like, guys are getting takedowns on him. This is just a couple clips. And this is the only way I see a path of victory for Mario Bautista. I think he's going to have to fluke him a knee up the middle. Like, the only way I genuinely see this guy winning is if he flukes Vinicius Oliveira with a knee as he throws a lot of them. I'm also a little bit worried about, Vinicius dunking into one when he's shooting a takedown is. I'll show you here some of these screenshots. Mario throws a lot of knees. Nasty knee that dropped Umar. Nasty knee on Simone. Flying knee that knocked out Miles Johns. And a nasty knee on Simone again. Like, I'd be worried if one of those landed on Vinicius' chin. I won't lie. And then, so here's what will happen in the fight. Bautista's going to look great early in the fight, rocking Vinicius in the first round. Probably nearly gets him out of there, I'm not going to lie, because Vinicius is pretty terrible to start fights. Round 2 will come, and then Vinicius will start putting a pace on Mario Bautista, land big shots, and secure some takedowns, mixing in the wrestling, using his, crafty striking, just throwing random wild stuff, confusing Bautista, not letting him fight that technical fight. And let me just say, Bautista's not smudging this guy. I forgot to put this in the video, but Vinicius is a huge 135er. Like, he's one of the biggest 135ers. Like, Mario's not holding this guy in the cage like midget Jose Aldo at bantamweight, who's cutting like 40 pounds. Like, that ain't happening. Vinicius Oliveira is not getting held on the cage. And then in the third round, you want to know what's going to happen? Bautista will start to break, and Vinicius is going to find a highlight reel KO and finally get rid of Mario Bautista for us. So anyways, that's my full fight breakdown for the fight this weekend. Hope y'all liked the video. Low-key the best Apex fight ever. I'm not gonna lie, like it's gonna be a hard fight in Apex. I can't wait, man. So anyways, hope y'all liked the video. Peace.